This one is very important question. Removing one electron, which is 1s, from an oxygen atom requires compared to removing one electron from nitrogen atom. Because what? If you remove electrons, you are talking about ionization energy. Now you're comparing the electron ionization energy between oxygen and nitrogen atoms, and let's have a look. When I'm talking about ionization energy, the energy required to remove electron, I have to look at three things. The first thing is the nuclear charge. Because if you have more protons, you have stronger attraction, so have higher ionization energy. If one element has more protons than the other one, this means that it can attract the electrons in a stronger way, so it will make it have a higher ionization energy. If the distance is more, we'll see that the electrons closer to the nucleus are harder to remove. So if this is your nucleus and you are trying to remove the electron from here, or it's easier to remove the electron from here. When you go closer to the nucleus, the electrons here is very difficult to remove because it's attracted strongly to the nucleus. While if you get far from the nucleus, like here, the electron is easy to remove. Easy to remove because it's far from the nucleus. Shielding, if you have layers in between, so between this electron and the nucleus, there are layers of negative charged electrons. They make a shield. So it's like the nucleus cannot see this electron. So it cannot see it. It's like you are in a party and this is the singer and you are trying to get closer. You are here and you are trying to get closer to the singer. So you can say hi, but these people are between you and the singer. They are making a shield. So the more there are shields from the negative charged electrons, it gets difficult for the electron to be attracted. It will be easy for it to be removed. So ionization energy decreases. The question is asking to compare between oxygen and nitrogen. Actually, oxygen and nitrogen is an exception because I know that oxygen and nitrogen are in the same place in the periodic table. So the nitrogen is here. The nitrogen is here, oxygen. This is the periodic table. The nitrogen here has less protons than the oxygen. So oxygen is supposed to have more attraction for the electrons because it has 8 protons. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 protons attracting the electrons outside, while the nitrogen has only 7 protons attracting the electrons outside. So it's supposed that the electrons can be easily removed from the nitrogen than the oxygen. Ionization energy is less than it's supposed to be in nitrogen is less than in oxygen. Why? Because the oxygen will attract the electrons more because it has more protons, so it will attract the electrons more. This is the without exception. This is the rule. If you go to the right in the periodic table, you will see that the ionization energy should increase. Let's see the periodic table here. Ionization energy, the value for the oxygen is 1314. It's an exception. You see, the numbers should be increasing. So the numbers should be increasing. 528.99, 801, 1086. So it should be going up. But here there is an exception. I can see that the oxygen is less, not more. Why the oxygen is less, not more? You have to take care if he's talking about core electrons or outermost electrons, because in outermost electrons there is an exception. Like we said, the oxygen actually is different from the nitrogen. It should be more than the nitrogen, but it is less. But in inner electrons, there is no exception. The oxygen atom requires more energy, so it is not less, it is more, because there is more protons and greater nuclear charge, so this exception. It's not an exception. Take care, there is exception only if you are talking about outermost electrons. But if you are talking about core electrons like 1s electrons, there is no exception. There is core electrons, they are inside, and there is no effect. So here it will be going with the normal trend. Oxygen has more protons than nitrogen, so attraction is more, so the ionization energy will be more. Very, very important question, and please focus on it. Very important question.